wanna do now is making it last. Mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, friends forever, strengthening the ties that keep us together. Mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, friends forever, strengthening the ties that keep us together.
It's time for another conversation. This is the Making It Last podcast, and I'm your host, Noreen Daly. And our topic for discussion this time around is how can we fix communication in broken families? With me is Rona McKoy, a trained mediator, family woman, a woman who wears several hats. Among them, she is my friend. Now, Rona, as a trained mediator, I'm sure in some way that communication has been a factor in some of the situations you've had to deal with. So welcome, and let's get right into it.
Hello, Noreen. How you doing?
I'm good.
It's good to be here with you, and I'm excited about talking about the topic of communication and how it affects our lives and our family lives. And yes, I'm a mediator, and most times, if not every time, people come in front of me, it is because of poor communication.
Okay.
Why they end up in front of me.
Okay.
Most of the cases have come through the court system, and because people don't communicate well at home, they end up fighting, quarreling, doing all sorts of stuff, end up at the police station, end up in court, end up in front of a mediator somewhere.
Okay.
Somehow.
Okay.
And that's one of the hats that I wear as a mediator. Communication. Let me start by saying if we exercise good communication, we would not end up in a lot of the problems that we end up in.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
In the home, if we as parents would take the time to communicate with each other as parents.
Okay.
Communicate with the children. With this modern day and age now, even communicate using technology. Because we find that if we even form a WhatsApp group, some way in social media, and we say, hi, how you doing today? Just to communicate with each other.
Just to
what's
connect and to
happening?
bond.
How did you do on that test today? How to the husband? How is work going? Just to text each other, have a family group. That works. I know persons right now who every single day in a family, not only in the family with the husband, wife, and kids.
Right.
But with the aunts and the uncles and the cousins and whatever, we can have a family group. And whatever is happening in the family, we can text each other.
Okay.
Parents, instead of having 10 different extracurricular activities with the kids just to get them out there doing stuff, have 3. And the rest of the time, spend the time with the kids. Maybe we can have at least 1 meal a day with the family. And when you're at the table, then we talk about how was your day? What happened throughout the day? Or if it is breakfast, what are the plans for today? So there are things that we can do that help with communication. Maybe at the end of the day, we go to each child's room and say, what was the high for today? And what was the low? What happened during your day? Maybe we can have date nights with our husbands or with our partners. And then we can talk with each other and see what is happening. If we exercise all of these, exercise proper communication, then it wouldn't get to the stage where another good idea I have. If you believe that you feel like you want to quarrel or fight with somebody, let us agree to go to the library and do it. Because you can't shout at me. You can't curse me. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's do it in a public place.
Okay.
So that we won't have to be arguing and fighting in a boisterous way.
Okay.
So there are things that we can do to not have to have to not be aggressive with each other.
Okay. Now, you've said several things. Now, how then to somebody who's listening and they're saying, but Rona, you've said all of this. I have my spouse. Sometimes I'm not even sure then how to talk to him because I don't think he's listening. I don't think she is listening. How then can I try to communicate with someone and I don't even think they're listening?
Okay.
What then would be your response to that?
My response to that would be, let us set some ground rules.
Okay.
When we are talking, let us turn the phone off. Because a lot of times when we are talking, we are either watching the TV, we are texting on the phone to somebody else. Let us basically set some ground rules.
Okay.
So that I can know that you're listening to me.
Okay.
We look in each other's eyes when we're talking. Mm-hmm. We put away the phones, we turn off the TV, we're just spending some time with each other right now and talking with each other.
Okay.
I think those are two good ways right there of direct communication, not focusing on anything else but the other person who you're talking to.
Okay. If there's some people who would be accustomed to the term of saying stay in the moment, be present, because that's basically what you're saying. If you're in a space and you're supposed to be connected with somebody, remove the distractions, stay in the moment.
Right.
You said that you're aware of people who have used social media. I've known people who said they have family groups. But for some people who, especially when there's this generation gap and the young ones, this would be something that they do normally. The older ones saying, but boy, yes, I have a phone that can utilize it, but I'm not really in the habit of utilizing WhatsApp. What then would you say to them, to try to ensure that this family group actually serves the purpose that is intended?
Right. I that is a very good point. I think because I am on the other end of the generation thing right now.
Okay.
So, and my daughter is on the other end.
Right.
And what I do is I go to her and I say, can you show me how to use this?
Okay.
Can you show me how to use that? Because a lot of us are still using the older type phones that don't have the
smartphone capabilities,
right?
Like WhatsApp
but if
and
we
Facebook
can,
and all that.
If we really want to get with it, maybe we can try to step up and get a smartphone.
Okay.
Because we are here talking about it, so now we are trying to see how we can make it happen. So what we need to do is get with it. Try to get a smartphone.
Okay.
And then get the younger ones to teach the older ones how to use it. And then let the young one start the group, form the group, and then teach the other one how to use it. I'm
touching on several of them that you said earlier. People, okay, you're in a family, 4 or 5 of you, and if it's an extended family, you have cousins, you have, older generations. So the older generations might be the ones who are constantly at home. People have different schedules. So some people go to work, some people are coming in X time. You said earlier that people should try to have even one meal as a family. How can you juggle all of that to have that happen?
Okay, let me tell you what I do. My family is a very small family, so it's easy for my family to do something like that. But in my family, we have breakfast together every single morning at the breakfast table. Okay. So it's I'm just saying we have to make the sacrifice. So we're going to choose one meal. Okay. I think breakfast is easier than dinner because dinner everybody comes in at a different time. Maybe the mother works and she come in at 3:00 and the father works and he comes in at 6:00. So unless everybody's gonna wait until 6:00 to have dinner, but a sacrifice needs to be made. So we're gonna say, we're gonna see if it's breakfast, we're gonna have breakfast. The kids have to go by 7:30 because they have school by 8. Right. And maybe the parents don't have to leave till a little later because they don't have work till maybe 9. But let us set breakfast time for 7:30. So we're gonna get up and we're gonna all have breakfast together. Or if we say, all right, then we're gonna do it in the evening. Dinner will be a little later, maybe 6:00. Right. But all of us, we have to make the sacrifice. Yes. To have that one meal per day. For the breakfast meal, we're gonna be talking probably things about what happened yesterday, or how are you gonna plan your day today? What do you have to do today? You're gonna go to the gym. You're gonna go do this. Yeah. For dinner, you might talk about what happened during the day today. Can you imagine this happened today and da 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 da? It doesn't have to be anything so important, just to talk about how you do. Sharing, being open, and knowing what is happening. Yeah. I'm glad you said that because we're talking about how we can fix communication in broken families. And a lot of it is about making sure that people are aware of what is happening with them. And I think sometimes people
might see persons reacting a particular way to something, but unless they know what is behind that. For example, you might see a teenager comes in and they go straight to their room, not understanding that it's probably school stress. They're probably, but if it is that you've been having conversations with them, when they behave like that, something, give them some time, give them some space, and it won't cause a disconnect. You just allow people to just, get back on track, so to speak, then, and not pressure them so much. You said several things, but is there anything else you want to share, how we can fix communication in broken families?
Okay. I want to point out especially for the parents, to go to the individual child. If the parents can have date nights with each child, but if you have an older child and a younger child and a middle child, it is not good to have a date night with all three children at the same time.
Because the interest might be different. Okay.
Maybe the younger child might want to go to the supermarket with you so that they can pick out their favorite snack. The older child might not necessarily want to go to the supermarket with you. They might want both of you to probably go to a movie together. Or they might want you to just sit around and talk to them. But I want to point out the parent going to the child's room and talking about the highs and lows for the day.
Okay.
I think that is very important because I find that in my home, if I go to my room and I go to watch my TV and play my video games and whatever I do, my child might be in her room and I might not see the child again because the child over there, whether she's studying or she on her phone or talking, and we don't see each other again, because she has her room over there. She goes to that bathroom over there. I have my room over there. I go to that bath. We don't see each other again. So the parent has to make the time and the effort to go in and talk to the child, because I don't see where the child makes the effort to come to talk to the parent.
Okay.
I think it's more the parent who makes the effort, because we are the role models.
Right.
So we have to set the examples and we have to set the pace.
Right.
So that they will know what to do and how to follow.
Somebody's listening and they're saying, yes, it's easy for you to say because it sounds like you have a decent enough relationship with, your daughter and whoever else is in your household. So they're listening and saying, but I have an aunt or I have a sibling who we hardly talk, we hardly relate, and there's a serious disconnect. I don't know if some of what you're saying, can work for me. What then is your response to that?
Okay. I think if I have a sibling or a relative or somebody who I have a disconnect with, I think I, as the person who wants to make the connection, need to maybe send a simple text. Hi, how you doing? How was your day? Some people don't like the forwarded text. Fine, because some of those forwarded texts have nice little thoughts and whatever you could send it. Because maybe you're not comfortable enough yet to call them and talk to them.
Right.
So send a text. And send another text next week. And send another text the following week. And then you might see the person respond. The person might just respond.
Yeah. Because
I personally, somebody has been texting me every single morning to say, good morning. Hello, good morning. And I just don't respond. I don't respond. Till after about a month now, I've seen this person sending me good morning every morning. I responded on Sabbath and said,
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a wonderful day. So therefore, I'm saying just make an effort and try something to communicate with that person who is not communicating with you.
Yeah. As we're wrapping up, we've said so much, and I'm sure there'd be so much more that could be said. But if there's one thing that you want to make sure that people got from this conversation, what would that one thing be?
That one thing for me would be communication is key, and the lack of communication can cause the distance and devastation in any relationship and any family. So find ways and means of making communication work for you.
Thank you so much, Rona. Such a note to end on. All I will say is this. Our topic was, how can we fix communication in broken families? I hope you got something that in some way you will go, I'm going to try this. If not, as I've always said, I hope your brain has been tickled or stimulated. This has been Making It Last podcast. I'm your host, Noreen Daly. Until next time.
Loving me I loving you. Mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, sisters and brothers, friends for life, won't live in the past. All I wanna do now is making it last.